What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Here I come. My apologies. I never changed the time from 6 to 6:30, so I thought that I was going live at 6:30. So my apologies to anybody who was sitting here waiting for me. I apologize. My bad. And I saw y'all real in the chat. Y'all real, don't you say nothing smart. Don't you say nothing smart. Y'all know how y'all real like to get on me. Don't you say nothing smart, y'all real. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is right here. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get this party started. Happy Friday. It is Friday. It is Friday. It is Friday. I come on in the chat, drop down, say hi. All right, here I come. Sorry, y'all. Oh shoot, what I do? Oh, hit the wrong button. Okay. Hey y'all, sorry about that. Like I said, I apologize if you were here at 6 o'clock. Let me say hi to everybody coming in. Just saw a video by an attorney who lives in New York. He went through the lawsuit petition that was filed against the bishop concerning the $90,000. He said that lady did not sign a contract, and they just might be, and it just might be a loss for her. There's no proof of fraud if there is not an agreement on what to do with the money. Now that is valid. He said she is not elderly, but in her early 50s, and she should know better to have handed her money over without a contract. He said he didn't understand why a lawyer would take her case and charge her. But if he is a true man of God, as he claims, give that lady her money back. Maybe the vloggers would change their content on him to ask him to give her money back. Maybe. Yeah. If there's no contract, that does there's a you don't always have to have a written contract, but if there's no meeting of the mind, if there's no offer and an acceptance of the offer, then it's not a contract. Hey, what's up, Sam J? That's over. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Oh shoot. Okay. What's up, Sanjay? Ready for the mess while working out to Beyonce? Lord, there y'all go. What's up, y'all? Hey, Lemon Kush. Hey, Diamond Pearl. Hey, C Golden. Hey, Xavier. Hey, Ebbs. Hey, by the way, Cindy, Dominique. What's up, King Retro? You here for Will Smith's BS apology? Why I got BBS? What's up? Don't trip. I said it. Hey, Mo Media. Hey, Boo. Wait, Quintessential. And congratulations, Quintessential. Didn't you just tell me that you just got a promotion? Congratulations, love. Yeah, honey, go on and get you some more Skin So Soft, child. I gotta get my Skin So Soft packed up for my trip, honey. Notification worked today. Good. Glad it went out. If you haven't decided on dinner, it's free wing day at Wingstop. Use code free wings to get an order of 5 wings for real. Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks, wifey. I might get that and a crumble cookie, Lord. Y'all in them crumble cookie, child. You gonna say something smart? Oh, Lord. What's up, Star? Hey, what's up? Hey, Sharice, how you doing? Before we get started, I think we speak positive affirmations. What you seek is child. Anyway, what's up? It's me, D. Now, D. Hey, Gamblers Anonymous. Hey, boo, welcome back. Now, D, aren't you having aren't you having like a conversation about Renaissance, like a live chat or something over on your channel? I know I just got the link a few minutes ago. Is it a live or what you doing over there? Tell me what you're doing over there. Hey, Kenneth, what's up, boo? Hey, Marilyn. Hey, everybody. Listen, it's Beyonce that child, I'm not doing this with y'all. Well, we know you don't care, Abby. Abby said she ain't watched the apology because she stopped caring the day after it happened, child. Live at 7. Okay, so at 7 o'clock, when we get done here, y'all head on over to It's Me D's channel. We're gonna probably be done here by 7:30 because I got something to do at 8 o'clock myself. So Yeah, at 7:30, at 7 o'clock, D's gonna be talking over on his channel. Hey Mimi, and then at 8 o'clock, I'm gonna be over on TSF. We got to talk about last week's episode of P Valley, and we'll be back. Did anyone play the lottery? I sure did. Here go my lottery tickets right here. Woo 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 woo. Yes. Now I don't hardly ever. The only time I play is when the pot get big. But y'all know don't nobody win. It be somebody like in the foothills of Tennessee or something, child. But it's all good, You can't win if you don't play. So I don't play. Really be it's coming for me. It's cool. Love y'all. Ain't nobody coming for you in your positive affirmations. Hey Lauren, you're not late at all. I just started. I know that the live said 6 o'clock, but I just started. So Watermelon Sugar, I have not talked to her on the phone because I know today she said that she but I'm gonna talk to her this weekend and I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna check in with her this weekend. I don't need to know nothing about none of that because I don't even know those people. I'm gonna have to pull an Abby on that one. I don't know those people. I don't know nothing about it, and I don't know those people. Right. The winner always be from like some hole in the wall place and child. But that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Just know if I go off the grid after tomorrow or after tonight, if I go off the grid, just know. Y'all be like, they'll be like, where really be? We see her in a minute. Just know that I'm off somewhere getting my ducks in a row, okay? She just responded, and yes, she's good. Okay, thank you for letting us know. So yes, watermelon sugar is good. Hold on, y'all. I'm preheating my oven. Oh no, there it is. Okay, I was preheating my oven so I can put something in the oven. Put my dinner in the oven, child. Auntie, can you put up the channel that you are going to talk about P Valley so I can join the chat later? Abby, can you drop the link for TSF, please, for the TSF channel? Thank you. Yes, we will put that up there. So happy Friday to everybody. I hope everybody had a great week, a productive week, a positive week, all those great things. Yocrates said I need to have that we're going to speak positive affirmations. So that is my positive affirmations. I just need $10 million after taxes. Shoot, 1.8 billion, you're going to have more than $10 million after taxes. Now they're going to hit you with the taxes. But you should have more than damn 10 million out of 1.8 billion. You better walk away with more than 10 million. I mean, they're going to hit you with the taxes now. Now, they're going to hit you, but, child, they take half the money. That's fine. Half of 1.8 billion is still a whole lot more money than I have right now. They can take the taxes. Because, listen, one thing the government going to do is get their money. So, they can have it. Listen, one of my friends on Facebook said, she said, if I win the lottery, she said, if I win the lottery, I'm spending all of it. She said, I'm too old to be trying to save for my future. Raven, I bought me some. I ain't buy a lot. I bought a few. I ain't buy a lot. Like I said, I ain't buy a lot. So let's hope I won something. Listen, even if I just won a couple of $1,000, I'd be happy. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all want the big pot, but you disagree with taxes? I mean, most of us disagree with taxes. But the tax man cometh, whether we want him to or not. The tax man cometh. What's up? Well, you off work before 11? I told him I had to go. I said my daughter invited me to dinner, and I gotta go. He was like, okay. Whenever you need to be on, I gotta honor it. There it is. I need to play. I've been asking the Lord to help me win, but I never play. Listen, how you gonna win if you don't play? Listen, you can't win if you don't play. Like I said, I might not win, but I only bought what I could afford to lose. You see what I'm saying? I may not win. Y'all heard what I said, that I may not win, but I only bought what I could afford to lose. So don't be out here trying to buy no $300-$400 worth of tickets, child. I want to claim my millions incognito. Well, some states don't have that as an option. In some states, you have to say who you are. I will come in that lottery winner press conference dressed like Hello Kitty. Remember that guy who wore the ski mask? I ain't mad at him though. Listen, if I could get away with, let me tell y'all something. Let's go ahead and have this conversation. I ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time on it, but let's just have this conversation real quick. If I were to win the lottery, like when I say I'm gonna disappear for a minute, I'm disappearing for a minute. So I can go get me an attorney. I can go get me a financial planner. I can put my ducks in a row. Now, some states you can stay anonymous, and some states you can't. So I honestly don't know. I think down here you have to say who you are. I think you have to do a press conference. But please know, because I think you have a year to claim the money. Please know by the time I claim that money, I already got all my ducks in a row. All them ducks in a row. And what's gonna happen is gonna happen. And I'm gonna just travel. Like for a minute. I'm just gonna be traveling for a minute. And then when I do come back, I'm already have some things in place, a plan, and all that good stuff. I tell you, the one thing I will be doing is quitting my job. That I will be doing. The minute I'm out, I'm getting a George Bush mask. Okay. And claim exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now, if I could get away with wearing a mask, I sure will. I absolutely would. Xavier said, I don't need to be anonymous because I ain't going to be here. I know that's right. Child. Did I see the video of the pastor slapping those women on their backside? What is going on in the church? Child. I'm listening. Listen, I'm telling y'all now, if I win that money, I'm telling y'all, if I were to win that money, like I said, I'm be out. Like, it's only gonna be but 3 people that's gonna know I got the money. And that's gonna be whatever attorney I decide to call, and my mom and my daddy. And I'm gonna tell them, and don't tell my sister. I'll let her know when it's time for her to know. And then I'm gonna very nicely send a letter of resignation to my job, and I'm gonna sit down with my attorney, and I'll probably sit down with my attorney and map out the plan before I quit, because I need my paychecks until I claim the money. Until ain't no need. Until I claim the money, I need to keep my paychecks. But once I claim the money, then it will be to whom this may concern. To whom this may concern. Okay. I'll be like, oh boy, or Harlem Nights. I ain't coming to work no more. Normally they say don't burn no bridges. I don't need to worry about burning that bridge. I ain't coming to work no more. I was watching this guy, Stephen Gardner, who reports news mainstream doesn't 115,000 railroad workers are about to go on strike and shut all the railroads down across the nation. Oh, Lord. Now, that's something that the president need to he need to involve himself in that. Child. Vovo say, be like F them kids. Child, I be like F somebody. Real talk, Uber Eats and DoorDash probably finna get a quarter of that money. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be gone. Like I'm gonna be on a charter jet. Once I claim that money, I'm gonna already have the plan in place. Like the plan is gonna already be in place, y'all. Better go to JG Whitworth. You know what, Bap? I said that too, because they had those cruises that are like year-long cruises. I would probably do something like that. Like I really would be gone for a minute. And I would probably vlog it because I love doing this. I would probably vlog it. And then when I come back, the plan will be in place. It'll just be a matter of implementing. Because I would have some other stuff I would want to do. I wouldn't go back to working for somebody else. But I would definitely have some things I'm doing. It's minute 9:30 in his last video. And at 6:40, he talks about China threatening to shoot. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. Lord, don't trip. It's a mess. Not I'm quitting and I'm put everything on my credit card. I'll deal with it later, child. Anyway, so yeah, but if you don't have no tickets, I ain't encouraging nobody to go and gamble. All I'm gonna say is you can't win if you don't play. Have I heard about the revised requirements for teachers? Is that where they are you talking about where is that where you don't even have, you could still be like a freshman in college? Because they need teachers so bad that you could be a freshman in college. Is that what you're talking about? I thought that was ridiculous. You could be a freshman in college and go teach because that's how bad they need teachers, child. The drawing, isn't the Mega Millions tonight, Pat? I don't know if it's tonight or Saturday. It's either tonight or Saturday night. I know it's this weekend. $742 million after taxes. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, what? $742 million after taxes? Shit. It's tonight. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a teacher project 2.0 on Tuesday. I know it's been a minute, but I've been traveling. El Teddy's been traveling, but Tuesday we're gonna get you guys caught up on all of that stuff. It's tonight. Okay, it's tonight. All right. $402 million for Maryland. That's it. That's a little disappointing after hearing $700 million. Anyway, moving on. All right, let's get into some things. But since we're talking about taxes and stuff, let's go on and talk about. You supposed to go outside later? Hold on. Well, since we're talking about that, let's go ahead and get into this Shakira child. I didn't even know Shakira ass was in trouble, but Shakira is facing 8 years in prison for $14 million tax fraud case. The international superstar, this is coming from the Shade Room. The international superstar Shakira has been involved in an ongoing tax fraud case for years. And while the Spanish government has been on her neck, the Hips Don't Lie singer is not trying to cough up the money. For more than 5 years of investigation into Shakira's finances, a Spanish prosecutor is asking that she be sentenced to 8 years in prison for allegedly failing to pay her taxes. Shakira is reportedly fighting the case, claiming that she did not live in Spain during that time. Girl, that ain't no defense. Because did you have a residency girl? So your defense is you weren't living there at the time? That's your defense, ma'am? Clearly that didn't work. I mean, I don't know the laws as it pertains to taxes, but clearly that did not work for them. Clearly that did not work for the Spanish government because you are, girl, you in trouble. They trying to put you in jail. I think she was living in Spain for like 8 years and never paid her taxes. Ciao. Shakira, girl, you in trouble. You are in danger, girl, because that does not sound like a viable defense. Now, again, I'm nobody's tax attorney, okay? But the fact that this has been dragging on as long as it's been dragging on tells me that there's more to this, and that you simply saying you didn't live there is not a good enough excuse. Were you still a resident there? Did you still have residency there? Like, let me see if I can find more details. Hold on. Because I feel like the Shade Room. Y'all, oh, there it is right there. Okay. Okay, there it is. Okay. Let's look at Shakira, child. Now, it looks like they made a plea deal. They offered her a plea deal and she rejected the plea deal. And they want to put a $24 million fine on them. Child. Ooh. She was offered a settlement agreement but rejected it, choosing to go to trial. A date has yet to be set. Representatives for Shakira told Fox News she's always cooperated and abided by the law, demonstrating impeccable conduct as an individual and a taxpayer, and faithfully following the counsel of Price Waterhouse, a prestigious and globally recognized tax firm. Unfortunately, the Spanish tax office, which loses 1 out of every 2 lawsuits with its taxpayers, continues to violate her rights and pursue yet another baseless case. Shakira is confident that her innocence will be proven by the end of the judicial process. So prosecutors allege that she spent more than half of both 2012 and 2014 in Spain, and therefore is required to pay taxes in that country. In May, the star appealed the tax fraud charges, but a court struck down her request. Child. If they're saying that she lived there for half of the year, then they're saying she owed taxes for that half of the year. I don't know nothing about the Spanish tax laws, but I know here in the United States, that's how it works. There have been times where I moved from DC to Maryland or Maryland to DC, and I had to file half my taxes in Maryland, half my taxes in DC. And what I had to do was I had to file the whole year in DC, file the whole year in Maryland, and Maryland would refund me what I didn't owe based on the fact that I only lived there for half a year. And DC would refund me what they owed me based on the fact that I didn't live there for the whole year. And basically I pretty much I ended up owing in both states, Maryland and DC, and I just paid them the money that I got back. Spain has to be overreaching in the actual amount they're asking for. I don't know. Depends on how much she made, especially when they start getting into penalties. Because listen, what people don't understand about the IRS is once you owe them and they start putting out that interest and they start adding that those penalties, baby, that is what gets you in trouble. It ain't the money you owe. It's the interest and the penalties they put on you. And again, I don't know how Spain works, but I know here in the United States, you could owe $500, but if you don't pay it by April the 15th, that $500 turn into $580, turn into $780. I mean, before you know it, you owe them $200-$300 in penalties and interest. If you don't make a payment arrangement, now you gotta make a payment arrangement. Thank you, make it make sense. Yeah, reciprocal agreement. Yep. And because in the area where I live, people move back and forth so much, like we're right here, DC, Maryland, Virginia, it's all right here together. I mean, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. It's not a big deal. I've done it. It's happened to me 2 or 3 times because I've moved from DC into Maryland, from Maryland back into DC, from DC back into Maryland, from Maryland back. I've done it 2 or 3 times. So it's not a big deal. And most people don't move on the first of the year and stay a calendar year just to make their life easier with their taxes. So it's not a big deal. But again, I don't know nothing about Spanish laws. But I know here in the United States, if you lived there, now I'm gonna tell you what I did not know. And I saw this 30 on 30. If y'all don't know what 30 on 30 is, 30 on 30 is it's like a docuseries that comes on ESPN, and they do different stories. They highlight different stories. And 30 on 30 did a docustory on, it was called Broke. And it shows you exactly how athletes ended up broke. How did athletes who were making, hundreds of millions of dollars end up broke if they didn't plan properly? And one of the things that I did not know, I guess when you think about it, it makes sense, but I did not know is people like, if you play for the NBA, you play for any traveling team that you're making money, you have to file taxes in every state that you worked because you're going to get a W-2 from every state where you work. There is no, you don't get one big state W-2 from just the NBA. You get a W-2 from every city where you played, and you have to file. And that's why it's important to have the right people handling your finances and handling your taxes, because it doesn't matter if you live in California. If you work in 30 other states, you have a W-2 from 30 other states for that. You know, when the NBA, it ends up being 3 or 4 games. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with the NFL, it's usually just once. But in NBA, you know, you might play, if you play for Sacramento, you might end up playing in Vegas, well, Texas. You may end up playing in Texas 30 times in a year. And if they play in Toronto, they have to file in Canada. Yep. And I didn't know that. I was looking at that documentary and I was like, what? I ended up showing it to my students because, you know, there's always the kids that think I'm just going to go to the NBA and be rich. And I showed it to them and I was like, do y'all see this? Like, and again, it doesn't mean you're going to lose money. It's just like anything else when you file taxes. It's just that you need to have somebody on your team that knows what the tax laws are, because that's a quick way for you to lose money for no reason. You might actually be filing your tax. If you play basketball for the Sacramento Kings, you might actually be filing your taxes in the state of California, but that's not the correct way to do it when you're working for the NBA or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So you might have been, and so that's when people say, well, I was paying my taxes. You may have been paying the taxes in that state, but you didn't file the proper paperwork throughout the whole thing. You see what I'm saying? And that's how people end up losing. It's not that they weren't paying their taxes at all. They just weren't doing it correctly. And like I said, now you got to deal with the penalties. Now you got to deal with the compounded interest. And again, ignorance of the law is not a defense. So you can't be like, well, I ain't know. Nobody told me. There's no excuse. They're going to say, oh, well, so sad, too bad. And I didn't know that until I watched that documentary. When they broke that down, I said, damn. Thank you, King Retro. So the NBA has 41 away games. So the thing about the NBA is you might play in the same, you play in the same, especially if they're in your conference. So you may not have to file 41 different states, obviously. But yeah, you have W-2s for every place that you played. God forbid you get traded in the middle of the season. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Like, it's serious. It's not easy. And it's the same thing when like comedians travel or artists travel for concerts and stuff like that. It's the same concept. So again, when somebody like a Steve Harvey said, hey, I thought I was filing my taxes every year and I was signing my tax papers every year, and then come to find out the dude, like, I was literally signing my paperwork, and then find out that when my tax attorney died, they found the last 5 or 6 years of my tax returns. He never mailed them. He took my check for me paying his taxes. He never paid my taxes. So if his tax attorney was charging him a couple of $1,000s every year, he was making a couple of $1,000s off of Steve Harvey and never filing the man's taxes. And then if he said, well, your taxes you owed, I'm just going to throw a number out. Let's say Steve Harvey owed $900,000 in taxes. Steve Harvey would pay him. He would give him the $900,000 for what he owed the government that year. And he would give him whatever the fee was. The man was cashing the checks, never paying the taxes. So that's how Steve Harvey ended up owing the government, because the government was like, oh, well, sorry that your dude was cheating you, but yeah, Amir, from my understanding, it is the same. How was the man cashing the checks? I don't know. I guess Steve Harvey wasn't making them out to the IRS. I don't know. Now, that part I don't know. I don't know if he was making them out to the guy or if he was making them out to the IRS and the guy was somehow cashing them. I don't know, but the checks was getting cashed. And that's why Steve Harvey thought that his taxes was paid until the guy died. What saved Steve Harvey, though, was once the guy died, Steve Harvey went to the government and said, hey, I didn't know this was going on. You can see where I prepared my taxes. You can see where I, where I wrote the checks. Like, you can see where I did what I thought, so he was able to work something out with the government. But if the government had come to him first, It'd have been a whole nother situation. Joe Judice didn't get his citizenship because he figured he would avoid paying taxes. Child. Well, Steve Harvey and his marital situation, child. We ain't even gonna get. I don't even know how we got on Steve Harvey. Anyway, so Shakira, her hips don't lie, but her hips might be doing some other things, and she don't get it together. Her ass end up in jail. Markel, get out of my chat with that bull hockey. I need y'all to know that I have successfully been able to avoid hearing Renaissance today. I've heard a couple of snippets because I have friends who did reviews and all of that. So I heard like a snippet here or there, but I have successfully been able to avoid hearing any of the album. I'm proud of myself. Not Shakira and Jen Shaw gonna be cellmates. We don't pay state taxes in Florida unless we have businesses, so I don't owe them anything when it's that time. Yeah, and that's why a lot of people, that's why y'all have such a large population of retired people, because that's why a lot of them go to Florida, because they don't have to pay state taxes. So why am I so against Beyonce? I'm just not a fan. That's all. I'm just not a fan. I don't like Renaissance. It makes you sad. Why does it make you sad? Shut up, Markel. And that's the thing. Beyonce could care less. Beyonce don't know, and she does not care. You are absolutely correct. Vegas don't have state taxes either. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Vegas didn't have state taxes. I didn't realize that. I'd have been to Vegas a couple of times, and I don't think I ever paid attention to that. Why are you throwing tomatoes in my chat, y'all? You've listened to it 6 times today? Child. One thing y'all gonna do is love y'all some Beyonce. Child. Did I hear about the woman that fell off the back of the cop car and died? Are you talking about the case here in D.C.? Because if that's the case, she did that to herself. She opened up the damn door. Now, granted, I don't know how the door was unlocked, but why you opened up the door of a speeding cop car? How did you think that was going to end for you? You are literally handcuffed in the back of a cop car. Now, I don't know how the door was unlocked, because I thought the doors in the back seat automatically locked. But you somehow figured out a way to get the door unlocked. How did you think that was going to end for you, ma'am? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that she's gone, but bye, boo. Your thighs are burning from scrubbing the ground. I bet they are. They said all the beehives were late for work today. Child, they probably were. Washington and Oregon State. Yeah, Delaware doesn't have state taxes either. I think. Does New Jersey have state tax? Hey, Lamar, what's up, boo? I know you didn't, Markel. I believe you ain't get out of bed. I believe it. So anyway, that's what's going on with Shakira, child. Let's go on and talk about Will Smith, child. Will Smith didn't apologize. He said that he done spent the last 3 months working on himself. Oh, Jersey does. Okay, my bad. Then it ain't Jersey I'm thinking about then. He's been working on himself. He's been soul searching. You know, he done all the things, and he's sorry. Y'all happy? He apologized. Y'all happy? He said he reached out to Chris Rock. Chris Rock said, "No, I'm good. I ain't ready to talk to you. When I'm ready to talk, I'll call you. But, you know, don't hold your breath on that one." He apologized to Chris Rock mama. He said that, you know, he didn't even realize how he was hurting everybody. He apologized to his kids. He apologized to his family. And he said Jada didn't make him do it. I mean, y'all happy? Is that what y'all wanted from that man? I mean, I don't know. Is that what y'all wanted from him? I mean, listen, what was he supposed to say? What was he supposed to say? Damn right I did it and I do it again. Like, what did y'all expect the man to say? Like, There was no right answer in this scenario other than I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much I hurt everybody. Hey, powerful. And I've been doing my soul searching and myself. I've been working on myself these last 3 months. I went out in the desert. I prayed to the gods. Like, what did y'all want the man to say? Bad Boys was never off. Bad Boys is being delayed because of script issues and stuff like that. They would never go. Listen, Will Smith was never in danger of losing money. Let's be clear. If y'all think Will Smith was ever in danger of losing money, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to tell y'all. Will Smith owns the production company that most of his movies are made through. He can't fire himself. Those little projects that they say, oh, the Netflix project and oh, this project, he don't care. That's not even where he makes most of his money. He makes most of his money through Overbrook. That is his company. He ain't losing nothing. And that's where me and Abby disagree. Abby don't think that Will Smith did anything wrong. I do think Will Smith did something wrong, but I'm over it. Like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I mean, he did it. It is what it is. Robert say he accepts Will Smith's apology. Listen, I don't care. He didn't owe me an apology, so I don't care nothing about it. I mean, now he did say that him and Tony Rock were really good friends, and he knows that relationship is probably irreparable at this point. I feel like he probably tried to reach out to Tony Rock, and Tony Rock was like, yo, kiss my ass. As he should have been. That's his brother. As he should have been. Now I stand with Will's hands. You so stupid. I'm just glad he didn't apologize to me because I would have cussed him out for that shit. Wow. Okay. Unpopular opinion. Chris needs to apologize too and stop writing checks to Skinny behind Ken Cash. This is one of those situations where, everybody got an opinion on it. But he apologized, so. Yeah, Tony Rock did. He wanted to fight. Yeah, he did. He wanted to fight. And I think that comes from years of him feeling like he's, like protecting his brother. Will was wrong, period. I agree. I think Will was wrong too. So that's my opinion. That is my opinion. Abby don't think he did nothing wrong, but thank you, Brianna. Thank you. Your daughter has blue twist right now. I just hate that Will had to apologize on Queen's. Oh, Lord. I'm not doing this with you, Markel. I promise you I'm not doing this with you all day. I'm not doing this with you all day. Not plus Will has real estate stocks and expensive African art. Listen, even when it comes to his career, like he wasn't going to listen. What do I always tell y'all? Time heals all wounds. Time heals all wounds. Have I seen Sammy the Bull's interviews? I've seen a bunch of his interviews, yeah. I agree with Tracy. Chris Rock owes us all an apology for just standing there blinking. Right, he was just standing there like. But anyway, moving on, because I ain't about to have that debate again, child. We done had that debate 3 months ago. I ain't doing it again. I ain't going back. I'm not going back down that rabbit hole. Okay. He did look good. He definitely looked good. He definitely looked nice and refreshed and all that good stuff. All right. So listen. The update on Brittney Griner is the last thing I told you guys is that the United States did agree to do a prison swap with Russia. They agreed to send the arms dealer. Thank you, Fifi. Your Zelle failed yesterday. Okay, thank you. I'll make sure she gets it. I'll make sure that Watermelon Sugar gets it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, and let me say that. Thank you for reminding me because I wanted to wait till it was more people in the room. I want to thank everybody who donated to Watermelon Sugar yesterday. Y'all showed up and y'all showed out. Even well into last night, I was still getting people sending me cash apps. People who would, like, here, this is for Watermelon Sugar, this is for Watermelon Sugar. And I want you to know that I literally, y'all sent it to me and I immediately sent it to her. I was sending her cash apps all night, and I put in the memo from my subscribers, right? I put that in the memo so she would know that it was coming from you guys. And I just want to thank you because I really, really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I don't come down here often, and I don't ask y'all for much, but I really appreciate for those who could, that did, for those who wanted to, if you sent some well wishes, some prayers, and some positive vibes her way. Is it amazing how he could talk about a black woman's looks, but steered away from that while joking about, I don't even know what you're talking about, making makes. I don't know what you're talking about, Mims. Who you talking about, Chris Rock? I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm not, cause y'all ain't gonna like what I gotta say. So I'm not going down that rabbit hole. We're gonna leave the Oscars where they are. Okay. They make sales in courts for putting your hands on folk. The law trumps your feelings. Facts. Watermelon Sugar needed some support yesterday, and so she was in an emergency situation, and so we took up a donation to help her yesterday. If you want to donate, you still can. Abby, you can go ahead and put her cash app in the chat again if anybody still wants to help her. Like I said, it was she had to move at the last minute. It was an emergency situation. So she needed to get the money for the deposit. But you can definitely still donate. Shout out to these lemon pepper hot wings. You know what? Abby said that everything went well. When she talked to Watermelon Sugar, she said everything went well. So I'm gonna assume she did, but I'm gonna give her a couple of days to get everything settled, and then I'll call her this weekend. I'll probably call her tomorrow or Sunday and get, as much as she's comfortable sharing more details so I can bring it to you guys, and let you guys know. But from what I know, everything went well. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Uh-oh, I just scrolled right past it. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. Tracy, I don't know the answer to that. What I do know, all I know is that Abby talked to her. Abby said that she said everything went well. I don't have more information than that. But like I said, I'll talk to her this weekend, and then I'll bring you guys a better update. But I believe the answer is yes, but just don't quote me on that. Right. Okay. Right. Oh, we disagree in love all the time over here. Me and Abby be disagreeing, me and El Teddy be disagreeing, me and Yocrates be disagreeing, child. And it's all in love. I mean, I bring those people up because those are people that I talk to, like, outside of the chat. And child, we disagree all the time, child. Hell, if you watch the panel, I'm always disagreeing with Yocrates. Not much, but it's something. That's okay. I'll send it to her. Listen, it ain't much, but it's something. And it's the, sometimes it's the thought that counts. It's the effort, it's the thought. So listen, I appreciate it. And when I like I did yesterday, as soon as I get off of here, I'll send it to her. Hell, me and Markel disagree all the daggone time. Ain't nobody fooling with Markel. But back to Brittney Griner. So, what I was afraid of happening is what actually is happening. Now Russia is asking for more people. Now Russia is like, oh, well, we want this murderer that y'all have over there. Now this guy is a convicted murderer, which means he killed somebody here. Well, he was convicted of killing somebody over here in the United States. And Russia's like, go ahead and add them to the list. So for one Brittney Griner, and I don't know who else they might be sending with Brittney Griner, we're going to keep. So you got an arms dealer. Now you want a murderer. You see what I'm saying? And that is why I honestly was surprised that they were even willing to do the swap, because it opens up this Pandora's box. It opens up this Pandora's box. And I was actually shocked that they were even considering doing that. Because again, remember I told y'all, I've been telling y'all, Russia has no incentive to do anything for the United States because they don't have any political, we have no political relationship with them right now. The U.S. doesn't care about Brittney Griner. They want that spy back. That's why you don't negotiate with terrorists. Well, we don't know how much time she has left because her trial ain't even over yet. Her trial's not over yet, so we don't know how much time she has left. She's been in jail since February though, and Russia said they're gonna keep her at least another 6 months, at least. So she'll be there at least a year, if Russia has their way. But she hasn't even been convicted yet, so that's not including whatever the conviction is. Question: if the U.S. was able to negotiate Brittney's release, can they prosecute her here? No, because she didn't break any laws here. The law she broke was in Russia. She didn't break any laws here. Mm-mm. I think they even opened up negotiations to show that they try and Russia isn't acting with integrity. Probably. Don't do nothing crazy outside the USA. It's crazy laws everywhere. Yeah. Russia's not going to make this. No, they're not. Absolutely not. And again, that's what I kept telling y'all. Like, I understood what the point people were making about, oh, well, this had been LeBron, da 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 da. But in this current climate, that of relationship that we have with Russia, there may have been more of a public outcry if it had been somebody like a LeBron or a Michael Phelps or whatever. But the U.S. government would have still been in the same situation that they're in now. They have no cards to play. We have no relationship with Russia. And Putin don't like us. He don't, well, I ain't gonna say he don't like us, but yeah. Yeah, she's basically stuck until they decide she isn't. That's it, Babs. That's it right there. Until they decide to let her come home. And now they're like, oh, well, if the U.S. is willing to negotiate, oh, we're gonna get something out of this deal. And they're gonna push for as much as they can possibly push for. They're gonna push for as much as they can push for. Brittney Griner said she was forced to sign paperwork statements without an interpreter or explanation. Yeah. But again, she's in a foreign country. They don't have any, there's no obligation for her for a country that we do not have positive diplomatic relationship with. They don't have any obligation to do that. You know what I'm saying? And she said that she traveled to Russia in spite of a travel warning. So the United States had a travel warning in place saying it's not a good idea to go to Russia right now. And she went anyway. She said she went because she went to go support her team. No, you went because you don't make enough money in the WNBA and you had to go over there and make that money, which is a shame that she doesn't make enough money in the WNBA, being one of the top players in the WNBA, that she has to go play in another country in order to make a decent living. That's the sad part. But there was a travel advisory in place that said now is not a good time to go to Russia. Britt stuck like Chuck. The U.S. wasn't willing to negotiate until that spy got caught. I would not have been LeBron. He has money. WNBA players go overseas for money. Oh, it would not have been. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said yesterday, we forget that the rights that we have here in the United States, it is just that, the United States. Contrary to popular belief, the United States does not run the world. Every country has their own set of laws, and the things that we have a right to here, you don't have a right to in other countries. There's no Miranda warning in Russia. They don't have to read you your rights. There's no right to remain silent. Anything you say can or you will use. There's none of that. There's none of that. And them again, the paperwork, yeah, it sounds messed up that she was forced to sign paperwork that she couldn't read or understand. But again, we're dealing with a country that's a hostile country at this point in time. As a prior service member, I have no opinion. Well, as a prior service member, your opinion is the one I want. But if you don't want to share it here, I still want to hear your opinion. Text it to me because I'm curious. I really am curious for your point of view. But if you don't want to share it publicly, that's fine. But I am curious on what you have to say because you may have a insight that I don't have because I've, you know what I'm saying? I've just served the military or whatever. So you have a point of view that I don't have. I don't think we even have ambassadors or U.S. consulates in Russia. I don't think we have anymore. Remember Obama put a bunch of Russian ambassadors out of the country, and so then Russia put a bunch of us out of country. Listen, this has been going on for a minute, y'all. This is not new. There are always other ways to make money. True. That is true. That is a fact. So that's the update on Brittney Griner, child. That's the update on Brittney Griner. I'll come on, I'm out. Huh? I'll come on, I'm out. I'm confused by that statement. I'm confused by what you just said, y'all. Markel Sheree, listen. Oh, I said Markel. I meant Martel, child. Martel. Ooh, see, Markel must be on my brain. Markel is on my brain. Candy said that she don't believe this whole. No, I didn't serve the military. No, I'm not. I didn't serve. Candy said that she don't believe this whole Martel Sheree situation, and she feel bad that Sheree is allowing herself to get caught up in the foo-la-la and the foo-kanini because Martel actually tried this with another reality star who happens to be a friend of hers that's on another reality show. That her friend called her up and said that her and Martel were coming to they were going to Blaze, and she needed a reservation at Blaze. And that they needed a reservation at a table nearby because there was going to be some photographers there to take the pictures because it was just for. Oh, okay. You're out of the service. Okay. Give me a second. I'll send you the link. Give me a second. Because I can't be here too long. I gotta be off by 8. So give me a second. She said that See, let me lose my train of thought. Oh, but she said that he tried this with another reality star to pretend like they were in a relationship. Now, I was sitting there trying to figure. She said that only like one blog even picked it up, which tells you that nobody really cared. But Lil Baby, if you still here, Lil Baby be remembering stuff like that. Do y'all believe? I mean, do y'all remember Martel being linked to any other reality star, even if it was just a little blurb in the blogs? Because I don't remember. Because I've been sitting here trying to figure out who it is. Right? I've been trying to figure out which one of Candy's single friends that's on another reality show would have done this, and that they put it out there, but nobody really picked it up. Hold on, y'all. Give me a quick second. And then y'all, I'm going to send you the link in a second. Malaysia? Did Malaysia do that? Quad? Huh. I'm just trying to remember. I don't remember, but she said that none of the blogs picked it up. which should tell you how sad that is. But no, she said from another reality show. I mean, the Lady Gang is another reality show. She said another reality show, but somebody that's a friend of hers, and that they were going to Blaze. But I just was nosy. I wanted to know who it was. I don't recall him being linked to anyone else from LA. Yeah, I can't think of anybody either. I can't think of anybody either. Which is sad because then that really means nobody picked it up. Like, because I can't even remember me, because that's something that all of us would have picked up. Scotty, Terrence, somebody would have picked that up. So, but I mean, I believe Candy, but that just means nobody cared. Like, sir, nobody cares who you dating. Nobody cares who you dating. Okay, y'all, you have the link. Hey, Francois, how you doing? I just read another vlogger page that Martel is suing Melody for full custody of their children. Child. Well, remember, he threatened to do that on the show. It wasn't him. It was someone she knows. You mean it wasn't him? Like, it wasn't Martel that did it. It was somebody else that tried to do it, and the blogs didn't pick it up. Oh, I thought she said it was Martel. Okay. But yeah, she don't believe that they really messing with each other either. Now, Sheree did a whole interview down to people.com talking about how happy she is with this new relationship. I said, if listen, men go listen. If one thing a man know how to do is make Sheree look like a damn fool. Girl, you doing a whole interview on people.com talking about how happy you are in this new relationship while the man is claiming that there is no relationship. If there's one thing a man gonna do, it's gonna make you look like a damn fool. I ain't lying, Sheree. Child. I thought she said Martel too. I thought that's what she said. She said Martel. Okay. The whole Sheree and Martel thing is fake. That's what I'm saying. I didn't believe it. If y'all go back and look at when I talked about it on my quick drop, I was like, this is reading publicity stunt. It didn't look real at all. It didn't. It looked very staged. It did not look real. And the sad thing is, I feel like Sheree is sticking to the plan, and Martel is the one that's not sticking to the plan because maybe something happened behind closed doors where he's trying to back up out of it. Maybe Melody threatened something. Maybe the kids got mad. I don't know. But there's a reason why he's backing up out of it. But Sheree's sticking to the plan. They came up with a plan. She executed it. It was Martel and another woman from the Southern Belle show. They not saying her name. Southern Belle show. What Southern Belle show? I don't know the Southern Belle show. Off the top of my head, it's not. You mean like the Bravo one? Bell Collective. The Bell Collective? Who was it? The dentist? Because she the only single one. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Hey, because Latrice is married. Latrice, Tiambra got a man. It must be the dentist.
Wait. The dentist, she wasn't married. No, we saw.
No, I said she's the only one that wasn't married.
Oh, okay.
Or in a relationship. Everybody else was either married or in a relationship. So was it the dentist?
I don't know.
Anyway, well, the dentist left. Yeah, she's not on the show anymore. The dentist isn't on the show anymore. But she's the only one that was single or not in a relationship. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Let me get you. Now, listen, I need you to keep this to 10 minutes or less.
Okay.
Okay. What's your point of view of this situation because I got to get my dinner together before 8 o'clock. So, what's your point of view on this situation?
It's real simple, and I know that I'm going to piss off a lot of people, and that's okay. It's fine because I'm not hitting big friends, nothing like that.
Well, we know you don't care about pissing people off, so
exactly. What I'm gonna say is this: with everything that happened with Brittney, especially given the fact that we have another service member there and everything else. One thing about America, even look, y'all know I did 11 years in the military, so this is where I'm coming from. When the whole thing of we don't negotiate with terrorists, or maybe that's me, we don't negotiate. I don't negotiate with terrorists. So with what's going on is I understand how being very emotional, and as African Americans, like we really do like cling to certain things where it's like we want this, we want that, but unfortunately, because we are not the dominating society here in America, sometimes that doesn't play into what really goes on. And I'm also a person where, depending on what happens with your situation, sometimes you just have to stand in it. Now, with the service member, I don't know what happened with him. I can't speak on that. So I don't know it. And again, I am speaking for somebody that was in, like, for y'all who don't know, I was in the military from 2008 to 2019. 11 years. This is where I'm coming from. Unfortunately, y'all don't want to hear this, but sometimes you don't negotiate with terrorists. And if y'all watch the Marvel films and all this other stuff, it's the whole trope of, do we sacrifice the needs of the few for the needs of the many? And a lot of this is very emotional. And better yet, I'm gonna do this. If y'all go to the whole Khalees and the Bianca, aka Beyonce, the situation is going on there, right? I wholeheartedly connect with Khalees. I do. I know what's going on there, but the reality when the smoke clears is this: regardless of what you and the Neptune / Pharrell talked about, there was a contract. You didn't read it. You signed it. So regardless of whatever y'all spoke about verbally that wasn't recorded, the courts are only going to go by what was signed on paper. It doesn't really, regardless of what happened behind the scenes, legal. So you being in another country, continent, city, whatever prescription you had in America won't always fly. And it was up to you to determine when you went to another country if your prescription was going to translate over. Again, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying, like, because even with the whole Brandy situation with Basketball Wives, you heard me say, I understand what Brandy was trying to do, but you put yourself in the middle of a situation. Had you not put yourself in there, you wouldn't have got hit. That's kind of where I stand with a lot of this. And people don't want to hear this. We want to be on emotion and everything. And I'm there too. But what happens with this is, because America is now like, we're going to give you this war criminal for these two individuals. Now we're compromising. So now what this ends up being is for other countries, entities, oh, you compromise on this, so we can sit here and play on the heartstrings for other stuff. And I want y'all to understand, like, take ethnicity out of this, take race out of this, take your emotions out of this. Understand this for being a business. And again, I don't even like talking about this, but this is me being honest. So that is what this is. So I understand it. I really hope Brittney is back with her. I'm gonna just say girlfriend. I don't know if she's married. Being back with your girlfriend, everything being what it is. But when this all pans out, other entities in the world will be like, oh, y'all compromise on this one issue. So we can do whatever we want to do and get y'all to sit here and bend to it. And I think when it comes to Biden, his whole thing is, with everything that has happened currently, he needs to get everybody back on his, bandwagon, because, hey, he's coming for re-election. And that's all of that. So for me, it's just like, I understand it. I know what it is. But I'm also one of those where, and I think this is also just in my mindset of being in the military, right? I'm going to come on camera just so I can see. Here I come. Wait. There I am. All right, cool. So just being prime military, you just have to move a certain way. So I'm not trying to come off as being insensitive. I'm just coming off as I understand all the different sides and I understand the whole bigger picture. So, and here's the thing. I want Brittney to be with her girlfriend, wife, whatever the relationship is. I want for all this to, really just be, sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, pixie dust, all that other stuff. But it's the bigger picture of now, here is America. We have now negotiated with quote unquote terrorists. What is this going to be on the other end? And that's where I stand. Because I'll be honest with you, if I was in her situation and so ish happened, I'm going to just say, do what you do. Let me be over here. As much as I want to be back with my relatives, even though you know how I deal with my relatives, I'm going to just say, just let me be over here. Y'all do what y'all do and also here's the other thing with our reviews, with the whole basketball watch and everything. Did you not hear me say with Brandy, has she not put herself in a situation she wouldn't have got hit?
And I didn't agree. I didn't disagree with you.
No, I'm saying
I didn't disagree with you at all.
Yeah. No, I'm saying this.
No. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. Listen, that's why I don't break up fights. That's why I don't break up fights.
No, me too. Because if I'm trying to, I've been there where trying to separate a fight. If I get hit while I'm trying to break up two different entities, I'm about to whoop somebody ass.
Listen,
so I understand.
Students, you better mean it. You fight in my room, you better mean it, because I ain't breaking it up. Like, don't think people be talking a lot of trash because they think somebody around that's gonna stop it. Nah, I don't break up no fights.
No, but with this particular instance, though, if you think about Russia, they're okay with the narrative because many of them have bought into what the narrative is. We're in America and we're under a different regime. And it's very different. So for a lot of us, like we are, and especially African Americans, I hate to say this, we are very emotional. So am I. I'm speaking for myself. We're very emotional. So it's like, oh my God, it's an African American. She's over here. This happened. Russia, blah, blah, blah. And we're very invested. And if you really think about it, think about the Gucci and all these other different entities that put stuff out there that are very, very racist in essence, like the monkey with the big lips and all this other stuff. They do that because they don't care about the backlash. It's because we're going to get enough coverage to where people are going to want to buy what we have. So a lot of it's the attention. So I know with this, like I know as Americans, regardless of ethnicity and whatever, I know how everybody feels. But as a previous service member, even though I've never seen combat, I know what is going on. And I know with America, it's the whole we don't negotiate with terrorists. It's for a certain reason. Because once you negotiate that first time, other individuals are going to expect you to compromise the second, third, fourth, fifth time. But because with the Biden administration, how everything is going, I think that is the only reason that this is even being talked about. Because I think if Biden was really in a higher esteem with everything that's going on, this wouldn't be on the table. Personal opinion.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. And I know that, and I don't want this to come off sounding like arrogant or anything, but my undergrad degree is in political science. So I think of things through a political lens. And from the word go, I never said that the United States would have been able to get Brittney back. What I always said was there would have been a bigger stink about it from the public had it been somebody like a LeBron James. Never, because the reality is I understood why the United States government wasn't doing anything. From the political, from the we don't negotiate with terrorists, and from the we're not in a good space with Russia. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this: one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I was just talking about this the other day with my best friend, and I was like, maybe I'll do this as a retro review in in another year or so when I get some other stuff out the way. But The West Wing is, if you ever want to understand U.S. politics and government, the TV show The West Wing is probably the best writing. There's a civics, government lesson in every episode, and it is 100% fact. It is based on, they add a dramatic element to it, but it's always based in constitutional law. Yeah. And there was a situation where the president's daughter had been kidnapped. And when once the kidnappers, they were like, oh, we've got the president's daughter. We're about to get whatever we want. And the president literally, of course, it was dramatic and they drew it out. But at the end, the president ended up temporarily resigning, like doing the same thing that the president does whenever he's going under anesthesia or whatever. He ended up writing the letter where he was temporarily resigning so that the vice president would be in a position to make the decision, because he was like, I know that I won't make this. That's my daughter. I know what the policy is, and I know politically why it ain't a good idea for me to, but that's my daughter. So because I know that I'm not going to make the decision that I'm supposed to make, I'm going to resign temporarily until this situation has been resolved, and whatever happens is whatever happens. But he, again, like you said, even when it's your own family, it's the greater good. So yeah. Oh, Madam Secretary was good too. Madam Secretary was so good. But Madam Secretary to me was more dramatic. It was more,
Well, no, I'm only bringing this up because obviously, you have like myself, we have viewers from different walks of life, backgrounds and whatnot. I'm one of the few that on YouTube that I am a veteran. Now, I never seen combat, and I would never wear that trait, because even if I did, it would come. Y'all know people die over here, especially people sector. People die, so I'm not going to lie on myself. But I do understand what it is. Like, I'll say this, just being very forthcoming. My first duty station was Fort Worth, Alabama. Home of aviation, and I'm an air traffic control by nature. My second, I guess you could say, secondary MOS, even though it doesn't really exist, is drones, because I did that when I was in Germany, my last duty station. And I had a non-commissioned officer, Sergeant First Class. He said to me, and this shook me to my core, just like, do you know what we would do if there was a chemical warfare? We would send the lowest soldier outside. And if he or she was still living, we would come outside. If that person died, we would stay inside. Guess who was the lowest ranking when he said that?
You.
Me. I was just like, oh.
But
that showed me very early, regardless of what the media portrays, the military, you are nothing but a number. You're nothing but whatever it is. So I get that. So when I come on here, as much as I really want to, because you remember that one time early, it wasn't this year, the insurrection. That was last year, right? Or was it this year? Last year?
2021, yeah.
Last year, you brought me up, and I was saying from my perspective, I was more concerned with the National Guard and the reservists, because they are not trained for this. So you have them and here's the other thing. When things happen, when it comes to the police, they have the right to shoot, no questions asked. Many of them get off. Not the military, whether it's active duty, reservists, or National Guard. We have certain parameters in place, especially on U.S. soil, where if we do something that is left of center, we gonna be nailed to the cross. For those of y'all who Christian, we gonna be nailed to the cross. There is nothing that can be said or be done. So when that came up, I believe it was me, you, I believe, and it was like several other people. You remember, that's where I came from, because I said I felt so bad for them because they're not trained for this. And that is where I was coming from, where I understand where everybody else comes from. I come from the place of, I know what it feels like, even though I was active duty. So with a lot of these different things, like even with the Brittney Griner, hopefully I'm saying her last name, I understand what's coming on. I understand her place. But the reality is, and again, if y'all want to nail me to the car, that's fine. Don't come at ReallyBTV. This is me speaking.
No, most of the people are understanding what you're saying.
But if you go to another country, you need to, or not, you know what? I'm going to simplify it. I was born, bred, and raised in Chicago, Illinois, which is where I'm currently at right now. If I go from Chicago to Indiana, which is very close, I go to Indiana quite quickly. If I go to Indiana and I am not abreast with their laws and I break the law there, it doesn't matter what I was prescribed. It doesn't matter what this and this and this is. Before I crossed lines from Illinois to Indiana, I should have been aware of what the Indiana laws were.
Mm-hmm. Fact.
Again, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm really not. But I'm just saying, when you go from one area to another, you have to be aware of that, because we love to say ignorance is bliss. But in America in general, if y'all go from one city to another, that doesn't apply. So she went from one country to another country. And even though you had a prescription from America, my damn watch going up. Shut up, Siri. Even though you have a prescription from over here, it's not going to apply over there. So you did not do your due diligence over there. So for me, though I am, again, we are all emotional and whatnot, I sit over here from the perspective of, I know how everybody feels. And again, this is not ReallyBTV. This is Socrates. I wasn't happy that they came up with this decision. I was okay with
listen, I want her home, but I agree with you as well. I think it's no advantage to the US. So all right, I gotta get ready to go, y'all, because I have to be at 8:00. If you want to hear a live discussion on Renaissance, It's Me D is having that live discussion right now over on his channel.
Wait, no. Can you drop the link? Because I don't know. Can you drop the link so I can click on it to be there when it happens?
Well, that's what I'm getting ready to. If you let me finish.
Okay. Thank
you so much. Abby, if you're still here, can you drop It's Me D's link, please? Can you drop the link for his channel?
I'm over here looking rough.
And then if you want to participate in a discussion about last week's P-Valley, I'm getting ready to go on TSF Entertainment at 8:00, and we're going to be discussing that. So that's what we got going on Friday night, and then of course, we got other stuff coming on the TV and stuff, child. If Ebby's not here, let me drop the link. Hold on, because Ebby might, child. Ebby be eating out, child.
But I'm just saying where I'm coming from.
Like,
I really understand how. I know us as African Americans.
Thank you, Diva Law. That's It's Me D's channel. If you want to go over and participate in the Renaissance conversation, that's the link right there. And Abby, can you put the TSF Entertainment link up? That's where I'm going to be at 8:00. We're going to be discussing, and that's it right there. Thank you. That is, Abby has the link for
less than 15 minutes.
And yeah, that's in 15 minutes. That's why I got to go. And Diva Law. Thank you, Diva Law. Drop the link for the Beyonce. So if y'all want to go talk about Beyonce, go ahead and hit that link.
Oh, Bianca.
If y'all want to talk about P-Valley, wait about 10 minutes and hit that link. And thank you, y'all, for coming up. I appreciate your perspective. Huh?
Well, I appreciate you having me up here because I don't always have the popular opinion, but mine isn't being combative. It's literally being pro military. Right. And I understand the perspective. Because what people have to understand is with this administration folding and willing to give a person back to Russia.
Y'all gotta go.
What?
I gotta go.
Okay. I love y'all.
Thank you, y'all. I appreciate you. Bye, y'all. Hit the like button on y'all way out, and I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all later on. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we will have our Ready to Love conversation. Talk to y'all later. Peace.